Hey there, friends. It's Bill MacDonald, the writing doctor here. But today you get to watch me as the come on sense math doctor. If you are a reading, writing, or anything but a math teacher, please share or tag your math teacher friends. I'm going to try and take all of you through the most difficult questions from 3rd through 9th grade, being that I'm a math minor and I call myself the common sense math doctor. I do have a math minor, so if you were to guess what this question was about, you would probably look behind me where I found a roller coaster. Now, the only kind of roller coasters I don't like are the ones that go upside down, like that one. See that right there behind me. Or if they have some sort of a loop-de-loop or they tend to go in circles. So as long as your roller coaster doesn't go in circles, which most do, or upside down, then I'm fine. So in other words, I'm not going on very many roller coasters. But kids can relate to riding roller coasters. They just couldn't relate to this question because it was 2 steps in multiplication and division. It also was open-ended. And as you know, as a math teacher, all of the questions that are open-ended tend to do more poorly the ones with multiple than the ones with multiple choice because the kids have no way of checking. So I'm gonna do this problem in 2 different ways. One of them I'm going to take you through the step-by-step bullets. I'm gonna call it follow the yellow brick road. We're gonna just basically take the information as they give it to us and figure out what to do with it based on the numbers, whatever number they give us, and the keyword that goes with us. And it's real important that we see, are the keywords the same or are they different? Once I show you one way, I believe in differentiating instruction. So I'm going to show you 2 ways. The number of students who got this question correct across Texas was only 18%, which means that 88% of the kids in Texas had no idea how to do a 2-step multiplication and division problem. So I'm going to try and show you a way, a different way that will hopefully make a difference. So let's get started, shall we? So here is the most difficult 3rd grade question from 2022. It had a whopping 18% correct statewide average. So if you're the parent of the child who missed this, do not worry because everybody had trouble with this one. If you're a teacher, it's student expectation 3.4K. The skill was learning 1 and 2 steps with multiplication and division. Now, like I mentioned, there's no answer choices, so that made it a little bit harder for your kids. Number 2, these 3 groups that are on the left, because we read from left to right, were distractors because nothing in the problem with periods or the question with question marks asked about the 4 groups. They only asked about the 1 group that was dotted and sort of highlighted. So the first way I would recommend, plan 1, is just to follow the yellow brick road and take it step by step. If they give you little dots like that, you can think of, I believe it was Little Red Riding Hood or somebody that was leaving breadcrumbs behind. I can't remember. I get all my stories mixed up, but Think of it as a trail of breadcrumbs. So let's take ourselves through the problem. A group, one group. So there's one group of people bought tickets for a roller coaster. That was the object behind me that you can see here in the upper left hand, upper right hand corner. Okay. First bullet, the group spent $4 for each ticket. So bullet one, breadcrumb one, $4 each ticket. Since a dollar and each is the number one and the word ticket are two different words, and we would need to understand that we cannot add or subtract when our keywords are different with the numbers that we need. Let's check bullet two. All together, hint, hint, that means the big number, the sum, the group, the product, the group spent $48 on tickets. So that group right there spent a total of $48. That means that whatever question you ask me, either the price or the tickets or the people that are buying them, the number has to be less than 48. Okay, so there's your $48. And so if we were to take what we have so far, $48 for one ticket, sorry, all the tickets, and $4 for each ticket, since tickets are not the same as dollars, step one would be divide 48 by 4, take the quotient of 48 and 4, and you'll get that step one, $12 was spent per person because of the $48 that were spent in that group right there. $12 per person. So then let's look at the next bullet. If each person in the group got 2 tickets, then how many people were in the group? Well, our last bullet then, each person, a person is not the same as a ticket. You can't buy people, you can only buy tickets. And since a ticket is not the same as dollars, then you take those $12 that were spent per person, and then you divide it by the 2 tickets that they purchased each. And the quotient of 12 and 2 is 6 people would have to have bought tickets. And if you work backwards, 6 people buying two tickets each equals $12 per person. 12 times $4 per ticket gets me back to my $48 that we spent. So the answer is 6. That's plan 1. Plan 2 is, you know that you have the $48. Then I'm going to put the number of dollars per ticket times the number of tickets that each person bought. That's 8. So then if you do it the second way, that $48 divided equally between 8 would be 6 people. And you get the same answer both ways. Now, perhaps you might have to take it to some sort of a graphic organizer, and this is called my advanced mathematics chart, where you follow the yellow brick road. Step 1 was, hey, there's our place value chart. There's $4 keyword for one ticket. Step 2, since they spent $48 altogether, you say, what is the quotient of 48 and 4? Numerator 48, denominator 4. Dividend 48, divisor 4, numerator, denominator. That means that you get $12 per person. Well, they didn't ask you how much money each person spent. They asked you how many people there were. So if you take the $12 per person, because a person is different than a ticket, our keywords are different, and you take your dividend and divide it by the divisor, then your quotient is going to be 6 people. That's one way to do it. And then on the bottom of my chart here, you'll see that it helps the kids. Remember, if each time that you're doing an operation, the keywords are different, keywords were never the same, they were different. So when we did it this way, we divided twice, or the opposite way was multiply your $4 per ticket times the number of tickets that each person purchased, and that would mean that there's 8 uh, $4 per ticket times 2 tickets each. That means that each person paid $8. And so if you say, okay, well, how do I, if each person paid $8 and we paid $48 altogether, then the product of 8 and 6 is 48. But some kids struggle with division, some kids struggle with multiplication, some kids struggle with both. So that's 2 different ways. And so a lot of you already have my advanced mathematic chart where your kids are able to kind of dissect the problem into bite-sized chunks where we play follow the yellow brick road and do the step-by-step little breadcrumbs bullets, if you want to call them that. So that's how I would have solved question number 14 that only got 18%. And let's not make things harder than they need to be. Have your kids look at the numbers and the keywords and think, okay, based on whatever they're telling me, what are the keywords of the numbers that I need so I can see if they're different to multiply or divide them, or if they're the same so I can add or subtract. And so whether you divided twice here or multiplied the 2 smaller numbers first, then divided those 2 numbers, if you took the 48 and divided those by 8, you would still get the same answer that there were 6 people that were in that group. And we have no idea how many people are in the other groups because they didn't give any information about how many tickets, how many people, and how many dollars were spent in the other group. So an extension beyond the problem would be having your kids make up. You have 3 more groups there, then divide your class into 3 groups and have them come up with a scenario where they can practice, because if you don't do enough extra time, extra time, or extra times on a skill that was struggled with like this one, we just jump to the next skill, we're not going to be able to sing that song, I've got skill and it's multiplying, because we're only going to do it one time. And I don't think that's going to be enough to handle questions like this. So if you're a math teacher, um, feel free to email me at the word writing_doctor@yahoo.com. and I can send you these five most difficult math problems that I have on a PDF. I'll do the five most difficult ones for each grade level uh, for free, and just kind of share some strategies that I think could work for you. I hope you like these. Please share or tag your math teacher friends who are third or fourth grade, because if the third graders went into fourth grade not knowing how to do two steps with multiplication or and division or two division problems, then that's going to be a big gap or a hole that the kids will struggle with when they get to fourth grade. And unfortunately, there's probably some fifth, sixth, or seventh grade students who would struggle with this kind of problem, because what's happening is more and more of our word problems, the problems with word problems are the words in the problems. They're no longer sentences, they're paragraphs. If I was to count for you, and I'll do that before I say goodbye, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This question had 7 sentences, including the question sentence, and then it even had the picture of the distracting three groups that had nothing to do with the group that they were asking us about. So take what you like, throw away what you don't. By the way, I just wanted to say thank you to my son Israel. He just got back from Europe, touring Europe in 4 or 5 different countries, where he performed with the National Youth Orchestra, and one of them was in Switzerland. I've already gotten to eat 2 amazing pieces of chocolate that lasted about 1 second each. I think it was like $30 for a box of 12. Do the math on that one and figure out how much it costs. So I have a question for you. If you are a math teacher and you have a specific question that maybe wasn't one of the lowest 5 performing, I'd be happy to do a video for you for that one. So just go ahead and email me at writing_doctor. I'll just and just let me know. I have all the math uh, tests except for 7th and 9th right now. So if you happen to have a child in 7th or 9th grade, and 7th being the one that performed the lowest in Texas for the last 2 years, I would love to help you with some strategies. And I won't do every single one, but I'll do the 5 most difficult ones in each grade level. And tune in next time. I'll do one for fourth grade, and then I'll kind of work my way up fifth, sixth, seventh. That way everybody can kind of get an idea, and then I'll work my way back through again. Um, and I'll try to do as many as possible. Hopefully the state's going to go ahead and release all of the tests in the next couple of weeks, but I didn't want to wait. I just wanted to help all of you who needed some help. Disclaimer, I do not represent TEA, Star, Cambion, or Pearson Publishing, and they do not endorse the products or services of any independent companies or consultants. I just want to bless people out of the kindness of my heart and give you a way to maybe teach your kids uh, how to dissect these pretty rigorous math problems that have become paragraphs. God bless you guys and have a great day.